here we go. My ranking of Halloween 2, 81 kill scenes. All right. First up, in at number 10 is Dr. Mixter. And he comes in last place for me. A big reason is because it does happen off screen. I mean, the death, it's the needle in the forehead, which again, pretty brutal, fitting death for this drunk doctor who, not really a character I'm too fond of throughout the film, but it's also a death that is pretty much done much more effectively just a few seconds later, as we'll talk about later on. So Dr. Mixter, mainly because it's off screen, number 10. Next up, in at number 9, I got to go with Mrs. Alves. And again, the main reason here is because it's off screen. But could you imagine if this death scene, this kill, was on screen? First of all, Michael knocks out Miss Alves. I mean, who knows how he does that? But what I would love to see, and what just drives my mind crazy in the best way, imagining, is Michael setting this whole thing up, laying her out, putting the tube in her arm, letting the blood draw out in that perfect giant crimson puddle. Just a very inventive death scene and very creepy, and kind of Michael at his just showboating in the right word, but it is a showmanship of way, a macabre showmanship of death that he has. And this is one of the best of those. But all that being said, it still comes in near the bottom of my list because it all happens off screen and we just see the aftermath. And as good as the aftermath is, an on-screen kill is pretty much always going to rank higher for me. All right, moving on. Number 8, I got to go with Mr. Garrett, the security guard. Again, it's a nice little suspense build up and everything. Rewatching it nowadays, it's the one part of the movie that almost kind of lags just a minute or two, maybe too long for me. But Michael delivers the hammer. I was thinking about it today. I think it's the first time Michael brought the hammer down. Am I right about that? You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I know you will. So there we go. Number 8, I go with Mr. Garrett. Mr. Garrett. And in at number 7 on my ranking of the Halloween 2 kills, I go with this guy. I don't know his name, but you know who he is. He's the officer who drives Nurse Marion to get Loomis, and is then driving them away, and then drives them ultimately back to Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. Okay, in number 6 for me, I go with Ben Tramer, the unfortunate Ben Tramer. Now, again, I did add Ben Tramer to this, even though this is not a Michael Myers kill. But of course, Ben Tramer would not have died on that night had it not been for Michael Myers going on his rampage. So it is a death, certainly as a result of Michael Myers. But the Ben Tramer death, again, it's kind of middle of the road for me because it is iconic in its own way, and it's just kind of a WTF moment of like what's going on here, because when first time you ever watch that movie, you are kind of confused. What is going on? Is that Michael? And you're kind of confused like they are, but that hair, of course, pretty much a giveaway that it's not. But such an iconic scene it has become, and Ben Tramer, like many of the side characters, the Buckies of this franchise, has come a long way in his notoriety, to the point where a lot of people want to see the revenge of Ben Tramer, which I would be here for that. All right, here we go. We're going to move into, is this our top 5 now, I think? I think it is. Yeah. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, this is number 5. And you can barely see him back there. I couldn't find a lot of great stills of this one, but this is Old Bud. Old Bud's death scene. And again, Michael just at his most sneaky, it doesn't rank super high for me because we don't see a lot of it, but it is Michael at his silent but deadly best, and it is creepy as hell that we, the viewers, of course, see the imminent danger that poor Karen is in, and of course she's just blissfully unaware of it all. Moving in now at number 4, I flash back to the first kill of the film in Alice. Um, Again, just an iconic scene, and it kicks off the movie, and I always feel like it kind of clues us in that Michael's a little pissed in this movie, a little bit more than he was in the last one. I always feel like, because he doesn't really have a real reason to kill Alice. I just feel like it's kind of like he's just like getting back into his groove in a way. A scene that they very effectively recreated in essence in Halloween 2018 with our friend Marion Singh, and playing a very similar character in that film. And it was also Michael killing, for no reason, and really just in essence getting back into shape, as it were. All right, and in third place, now we are here. My top 3 kills, and you know what's left. It's just these 3 iconic nurse kills. I love all of the Haddonfield Memorial nurses and all these kill scenes. I love. But at number 3, I got to go with Nurse Jill. Obviously, most of you disagree, according to those poll results. You guys love this one as number 1. For me, it's number 3. And at number 2 is Nurse Karen, and such a brutal scene. Sue says that this is her favorite uh, kill of all of Michael's kills in the entire franchise because it's just the most brutal, most painful to watch. Our buddy Dick Warlock always says that this is his favorite kill scene, but not for the reasons you might expect. He always has to clarify. And my number 1 favorite kill in Halloween 2, the 1981 sequel, is Nurse Janet. That's right, Nurse Janet, played by Anna Alicia. And you remember the scene. I just had it up, and now I lost it again. Let's see, here it is. You remember this scene, this iconic scene, and just, of course, seconds before this, Michael comes out of the shadow over the shoulder of Nurse Janet right after she's discovered Dr. Mixter dead. It's an homage to the shot in '78 film where he comes out of the shadow after Lori. Then he jumps to her other side and puts the needle in. As you see here, we get this close-up shot, great framing and lighting by the magnificent genius that is cinematographer Dean Cundy. This is my favorite. It's got, again, Michael coming out of the shadow is just, it gives me chills every time I see it. I love that moment. Janet, not to play favorites, but she's my favorite of the nurses. I think she's the coolest of the nurses. And yeah, this death scene hurts. I mean, everybody can kind of relate to this. So that's my pick for number 1 favorite kill scene in Halloween 2, the 1981 classic sequel. You tell me yours now. I'm going to turn over here in the live chat, but you tell me your favorite kills. What do you think of my rankings? Now I turn it over to you guys. Like I said, I don't do a ton of the rankings, but I love H2. I just rewatched it actually the other night. It was just randomly on the new Universal Monsters channel on Freevee. It's a free 24/7 channel where Universal plays all kinds of horror movies, everything from the classics all the way up to like the 90s. And they play H2 and H3 pretty regularly. And they played them both back to back probably about a week or 2 ago. And I just randomly sat there and watched them both from start to finish. It was glorious. It was awesome. So I felt especially qualified. Now, again, next time I rewatch it, or tomorrow when I wake up, or in 5 minutes, that ranking might change. That's why I don't usually do these rankings. But as of right this minute, that's my rankings for those 10 kills. You guys tell me what you think.